Welcome to the SailPoint Identity Security Solution Show, the one place to learn about SailPoint's products and portfolio. My name is James Honey, and I'm your host. And joining me today is Trevor Bruner, Director of Product Management here at SailPoint. Trevor, welcome to the show.
Thank you, James. Good to be here.
It's exciting to be here, Navigate 2025. I think last time we talked, we Navigate 2024. So, Trevor, super glad you're here. Let's jump right into it.
Sounds great.
There's been a lot of exciting announcements here at Navigate this year. Can you give our listeners a brief glimpse into what innovations are happening with Identity Security Cloud?
Yeah, thanks, James. As you said, there's a lot of great stuff coming, a lot of new innovative things. I selfishly like to think of Identity Security Cloud as that core piece that everything else is kind of built on top of, right? So within there, we've kind of got three main areas of focus. The first one is really beefing up our certification engine. Right. So we've been working on this for a while, making certifications generation faster, allowing for more capabilities of like assigning those certifications to the access object owners, beefing up what the reviewers are able to see and do. So better sorting and filtering and taking actions on those, what they see there. And again, we see the idea of certifications moving towards like a longer term view, of like certifying policy, like having more policy and then certifying that policy and shifting away from certifying every single access to every identity. The second piece is building our separation of duties engine.
Yes.
So beefing that up as well, making a unified dashboard for SOD to see the violations, mitigating controls, putting risk levels on policy and being able to take different levels of action based upon that risk levels.
Right.
And then third piece of innovation is really just focusing on the overall user experience within ISC. This is not just UI. This is about identifying points of friction, making it easier for people to do the things they need to do that we know about. As a simple example, the people who are least likely to use the product is the just end users.
Right.
And letting them, when they need access, be able to search and find the access they need easier in Request Center. And that's just one example of that. What we're looking to focus on there.
Awesome. Obviously, we're constantly innovating with SailPoint Identity Security Cloud. And so can you kind of give a quick recap or just some top level functionality we added over the last 12 months that you were excited about?
Yeah, thank you. One thing we talked about last year at Navigate and the roadmap session was SailPoint Harbor Pilot. Right. Our agentic assistant. That's seen a lot of adoption. People are really excited about that and being able to interact in a natural language way within the product, helping them build workflows. There's more to be done there as well, right? Absolutely. You can imagine. Another piece that we're very proud of is the access revocations. So allowing people to revoke their own access, giving the end users the control of what they don't need, right? And letting managers or other people with specific roles request revocation. So you don't need a whole certification to do that.
Right.
Access request administration, letting people take action on in-flight access requests.
Right.
We did an overhaul of the admin task interface to let admins deal with tasks in an easier way. A lot of exciting stuff.
Great stuff. I mean, you're just kind of tip of the iceberg there. There's so much more. So I'm going to kind of shift gears on you and talk about something we announced before Navigate, accelerated application management. And can you give us your thoughts on how this is kind of helping change fundamentally customers' identity security journey?
Right. So, we're excited about this one because Identity Security Cloud doesn't really work unless you can connect to the applications in your environment, right?
That's key.
And those connections can take some time to configure and to set up. And we've kind of been this bimodal world where you either got full-blown automated provisioned applications, or you're doing CSV uploads, right? And so this gives you a way to have a transition between those two, which is you've got like three tiers of connections. Tier one is just basically visibility. You can connect what do you have in your ecosystem, and we give you recommendations and insights into what's the right thing to start governing and managing first. Right. Then you go to tier two, which is again much faster onboarding process than what we currently have today. And you can think about those as more like a read-only. So we can see who has access, we can see what access they have, and then you can start running certifications and allowing people to set up access requests, and doing those provisioning that manually, taking action manually.
Right.
But fundamentally, what that does is gives you a path towards this full-blown autonomous, automated
You're right.
connections. And we're very excited about this because this will help those existing customers who have thousands of applications on board, and it will help net new customers who are just getting their program started up, getting onboarded faster.
And that last level you were talking about is that tier 3 level.
Correct.
Is that full provisioning,
Right.
including with the governance? It's like
what you're used to today.
Exactly.
Right.
Awesome. So can you walk us through how Identity Security Cloud provides that ability to enforce some time-bound access, especially with privilege, and what it means for organizations that need to move into that world and why they should move into that world?
Yeah. So this is a nuanced question. There's a lot of facets to it, which I'm excited about. Which is good, right? So bear with me. So there's two pieces of this. The way I think about it, there's the time-bound access,
right,
and then there's privileged time-bound access.
Yes.
And so let's talk about the privilege first.
Yeah.
You can imagine a scenario where I request access to some privileged entitlement.
Yep.
And I get permission, I get access to that, but it's not provisioned yet.
Right.
Right. And so I might have access to that thing for indefinitely, but I can't actually use it until I go into ISC
Right.
and check out the access.
Right.
And check out, and then it will be provisioned in near real time.
Yeah.
Right. I can go use that tool for minutes or hours,
right,
and then it's automatically deprovisioned.
Yeah.
And then I still can do the same thing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. You can see that that's for the more privileged approach.
And there's a record of that.
There's a record of that. Exactly. And then that is one piece.
Right.
Right. And that's for more elevated permission sets. The other piece is just simply more time-bound access for everybody else.
Right.
Which will be things like adding more granular sunrise and sunset dates.
Yep.
So I want to request access, but I don't want that to start for 2 weeks.
Right.
And then I want it to end 3 weeks after that.
Right.
Right. Also allowing, and you can imagine where that's really very, very helpful for requesting access for others.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Some new person is going to join. I want to request access, but I don't want that access to start until after they've joined.
Or it could be for a contractor.
Contractor,
like
things of that nature. You can also we're building out the ability to set maximum durations on entitlements and roles. So what that means is, you as an admin or an entitlement owner, for example, I only want somebody who have access to this thing for a maximum of 3 months. And so you can imagine, you go and request access, you, James, get access, I give you permission. Now that is provisioned for 3 months.
Yeah.
You could use as much as you want during that time frame.
Yeah.
And then the access ends.
Right.
Right. So you can imagine, you can start setting up your certification programs
or
your access request programs to say, well, this access, maybe I don't need as many certifications because someone has to re-request this every 3 months if you so desire, right?
Yeah.
It's another way to have that least privilege and a sort of fail-safe mode.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely. Awesome. That's really good. It just makes me think about all the different types of use cases and opportunities and flexibility that organizations have around granting access time-bound, whether it's privileged or not privileged. It's just managing control a lot better.
And it gives that, as you said, that gives that control and that flexibility to do what your organization needs.
Exactly.
Right. We want to give you those tools to let you do that.
So last one, and this one is always kind of, we're thinking ahead. Thinking ahead for not just the remainder of this year, but going into next year. And I think you kind of talked on at the beginning, what are those challenges we're looking to solve with Identity Security Cloud?
Right. I think it's that navigating that balance between complexity and simplicity.
Right.
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 Because if you're talking about when we're setting up these rules and setting up policies, we need to give our customers very nuanced controls.
Yeah.
But we need to have that interface to set those up and understand. Very simple, right?
Right.
Because allowing a simple interface, a simple experience,
exactly,
it's more complicated. It's more difficult for us to deal with that than giving very coarse and ugly interface, right?
Right.
And so giving that level of control while also being opinionated on how things should work.
Yeah.
It's a fine balancing act that we're never perfect. We're trying to get closer to that point.
Yeah.
But that, I think, is going to be the real challenge that we have to maneuver through to solve those very difficult scenarios in a way that makes sense for our customer base as a whole.
Awesome. Trevor, thank you so much for joining us. Exciting times here at Navigate, busy times, but always glad that you join us.
Thank you, James. Really glad to be here.
Thanks. And thank you for listening or watching today. If you want to learn more about the new functionality Trevor talked about or anything of the announcements we have here at Navigate, join us at SailPoint.com. Thank you.